I'm here with Debra. So excited. And Debra, I'm just going to turn it right over to you. Everybody wants to know about your different series. Whatever you want to tell us, you just go for it.
Okay. All right. I'm excited. Thank you for having me here today to talk about my new release and my 3 series. And I would be remiss if I didn't pop Connie on for all of her followers. I really think people follow me because of Connie Bear here. So I just popped in.
That.
Yeah. All right. She's going to hang on my lap for a little while.
She is adorable.
All right. So I write 3 series. The first series that I sold is the Food Blogger Mystery Series, and it features food blogger Hope Early. And she had won, no, she didn't win. She came in second on a baking reality contest show, and she also got divorced at the same time. So she kind of packed her bags from New York City and moved back to her hometown in Connecticut, where she just started over in the place where she began. And she went full in on her food blogging business. And, she learned quickly how to, make delectable recipes that readers want, and also learned how to track down a few killers along the way. Yeah, it is. And this was the latest book of the series, The Corpse in the Gazebo. And the next one will be out this fall. So I'm just finishing that. Really excited about that. And then after I sold the Food Blogger series, I pitched another series. It's called the Resale Boutique Mystery Series. And I was really excited about the series because this started from a short story that I had submitted, I think it was 3 times, to an anthology. They were looking for short mystery stories located in the Northeast. I think it was New England, actually. And 3 times in a row, they rejected it. So I said, I have this idea. I have these characters. Let me see what I can build from that. And I ended up selling the Resale Boutique Mystery Series. And this is the latest book. This came out in December. It's Sleuthing in Stilettos.
Love it. I love the cover. Those are so cute.
I love it. And Howard the cat is on the cover. And he's based on our cat that we had for 14 years, Howard. And it features an out-of-work fashionista who inherits her granny's old tire consignment shop at the moment when she needed the most to have something to do in her life, a challenge. She had lost her job. She no money to pay rent, but it meant moving back to her hometown, which she had walked away from, like 10 years earlier. She graduated high school and she was off to fashion school, and she wasn't looking back except for holidays. She always came home on holidays. But now she returned and she rebuilt her life in Lucky Cove, New York. And it's such a fun series for me to write. I love writing the Food Blogger series because I get to test recipes and write about those things that I love doing. And then the Resale Boutique, I love shopping. And Kelly, who's the main character, Kelly Quinn, always gets me into trouble when I'm working on one of her books. Constantly, I'm always in trouble because I'm always online looking at clothes, right?
I mean, you got to. It's for research.
You got it. It's part of the job. I had tried to see if I can do a tax deduction on that, but it didn't fly. Anyway, girls got to try, right?
Absolutely.
And then that leads us to the new series that is launching on June 20th. I'm so excited. It is the Cookie Shop Mystery Series. And I finally got this. This is the first time I'm showing this hardcover. What happened? Sorry, I lost you guys there. This is the hardcover. It just arrived.
I love the cover of this one.
Isn't it gorgeous?
I love it. I love it.
I fell in love as soon as I saw it. What's really cool about working with Crooked Lane, they sent over a sketch of what the cover would look like a sketch, and I was like, okay, all right, I'm feeling it. The cookie basket, which I really love because she is a cookie artist. Mallory Monroe has always had a passion for cookies, but probably in the last 5 years of her life, she has really kind of shifted over to decorating, creating these beautiful little masterpieces. And talk about going down a rabbit hole when I do research for the book. So, when they, I saw the basket with the cookies, and then I don't know, about a couple months later, they sent me the photograph of it, and it was simply gorgeous. And I could not wait to see it in hardcover. They did an amazing job. And I just love that it's so bright. And so I'm really excited about this series. There's so many things I'm excited about for it. The cover is gorgeous. Working with the editing team, Cricket Lane was amazing. And the story, it was so much fun because I knew that I wanted to write another culinary series, but I wasn't sure where I wanted to go with it. And I was going back and forth with my agent, and I was like, we landed on cookies because I love cookies. Christmas time, that is my Super Bowl. I love cookies. I love baking them. But the thing is with Mallory, she'll get down and dirty with the decorating. She got all the piping back. She's an artist. I have no patience for that. Absolutely none. So I'm like, if I can't just scoop it and put it on a cookie sheet, pop it into my oven, I ain't making it. I mean, and I really don't make gingerbread people anymore because of that decorating. My sugar cookies, just sprinkles. That's it. In the oven, out it goes. But Mallory has far more patience than I do.
Yeah. I've read, so I am ready for number 4 in the food blogger series. I absolutely love Hope. I love the series. I just finished the 3 Widows and a Corpse. Is that?
Yes. Yeah. 3 Widows and a Corpse.
And then I also just finished like 4 days ago, How the Murder Crumbles. I loved it because I had it as an arc. I absolutely loved it. It will actually be in my wrap up coming up for May. It'll either come out Wednesday or Friday. Awesome. I loved it. It was such a good debut. I love her, the side character Kip.
Isn't he fun?
Yes, I just.
Oh my God.
I absolutely. I thought it was so fun, and I love the idea of cookie bouquets.
I do too. Aren't they beautiful?
Like themed cookie bouquets and stuff like that. And then I love that she was doing classes. I just loved it. It was so good, and the cover really captures the story to me.
Wow.
But, because sometimes I don't. You look at the cover and I don't feel like. Not that it's way off, but I don't necessarily feel like you get what it is. But this one I thought completely matched. I thought it was fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. Because what's a very one part of the process of getting the book to printing is the editors will come to me and ask me for ideas for the covers. And so far, what I do is I usually will pick out a scene in the book and 2 or 3 scenes that really I feel captures the story, and I describe it. I describe it in full detail. I include photographs. I include pictures. So when I was doing that with How the Murder Crumbles, I did the exact same thing. I picked out 3 scenes and I sent them detailed description because I know exactly what everything looks like. I sent them in photographs of what things look like, everything, even the cat Agatha. I mean, I sent a picture of what she looks like. And then I got the cover and it was nothing like I sent them, and I'm like, I loved it. I mean, I love the cover, but it was like, okay, all right, let's see what happens. And, hearing that, you felt that the cover really captures the story, the story really, makes me feel great. I
really did.
I'm so glad they nailed it.
I want to get on. Some people want to say hi and ask some questions. Hey, Hannah. She says, hi, Tiffany and Debra. I love the Food Blogger series. It was my first cozy series to binge.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I love that.
That is awesome.
That. Thank you.
Hi, Cajun.
Hi, Cajun.
Jennifer says, hello, Tiffany. Hi, Debra. Hello, Connie.
Connie says, hello, Jennifer.
And Cajun says, oh, I forgot. Hello, Connie.
Okay, that's right.
I haven't seen them yet. Or her yet. Well, okay. Hannah also wanted to come in and say,
yes, hello, Connie. Yes.
Hey, Susan. Susan says, hello, Debra. Hello, Connie.
Hi, Susan.
Dream says, hi, everyone. Hi, Dream.
Welcome.
Can't wait for the next food blogger. No, I want to get.
It takes place. A little hint. It takes place during Halloween. So.
Oh, even better. Any cozy that features a holiday, and you pretty much have me reeled in.
I love Halloween, so it was so much fun.
She's talking about the cover.
Yes.
Hey, Breezy. She says, I'm so excited for your new series. The cover is darling, and it is a fantastic read. Yeah. Ooh, I love the cover. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Paula. She says, Paula. Hi, Debra. It's so good to see you, Paula. Hannah says, I got an arc of how the murder crumbles. I think cookies are a great way to get people to spill the tea.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
agree.
right.
I
That's
agree.
right.
I think cookies are a fun idea. Where did you find the inspiration for the different types of cookies?
Well, they're the ones I've been eating. So I don't. I try to do different cookies for each book because there are also cookies in the Food Blogger Mystery series. That series also has recipes, so I didn't want to do any repeat recipes. Though I probably did oatmeal raisin cookies because I believe in one of the Food Blogger books there's a recipe for those, but it's a different recipe. So I always try to find something a little bit different about them. But yeah, it's just recipes that I feel matches this. I try to match the season with the book. So How to Murder Crumbles is mid-spring, early spring, mid-spring. So I really try to match the cookies with the season. And one of the main cookie in this book is the almond meltaways, which I felt was really good for a nice spring cookie.
They sound delicious, but they
really are.
They really complicated the story.
I know. And then Mallory just doubles down on them, right?
Melissa says, I'm looking forward to reading your books. Yes, Melissa. Paula says, ooh, Halloween books are my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If I'm any holiday, to be honest with you. You can sell me on any. We are pet people. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can totally get distracted by pets, the Golden Girls, and a couple other things. Absolutely. Yeah, it's so good to see you. CJ says, hi, Debra, your book, How the Cookie Crumbles, is our July book club pick. Ooh, is that an in-person book club? Do you have a blog? Tell us about it, CJ, because we might want to join you. And I certainly would want to plug your book club.
Yes. Yes, more. Tell us more.
So, are any of your characters based on people that you know or that are real, including the victim? You don't have to say. If it's the victim, you can just like blank and I'll get it. Like just
Well, yes and no. I think I've taken attributes from certain people and put them into a character, like Kip. His jokes, he always has a joke available. And but probably there's only one character I ever did really based on a person, and that was in The Hidden Corpse, which is book 2 in the Food Blogger Mystery series, and it was the murder victim. It was an incident. And actually, what happened to Hope when you read that book, how her neighbor and her neighbors, it doesn't ruin the story. I'm not spoiling the plot here, but her neighbor passes away. And how the neighbor got to Hope's house and how Hope got involved in the situation was exactly what happened to me. My neighbor is is okay.
I was like, wait a second.
She's fine. She's okay. But yeah, it actually did happen. I did have that experience with the elderly neighbor coming to my house, taking me to her house because the smoke alarm had gone off because smoke was filling the house because I think she overslept. She fell asleep when she was cooking something. And so, yeah, that actually did happen. And I was like, oh my God, this is a perfect way to open up a story, to open up, this opens up an opportunity for me to have this person murdered. So I went with it. So that was the only time I actually based a character on a person or in a real life situation.
Know this?
No.
Oh, okay. I just wanted
Maybe now. But I've shared the story before, but
so it's funny. Do you read a lot of cozies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always read cozies. I mean, I discovered them probably in the mid-90s, 1990s. We moved to this town and they had a bookshop, and I went in and I picked them up. I didn't realize what they were.
Right.
And I just knew that I really liked them. They were characters that I could relate to. And so I just got drawn into this world, and from there, just all this happened.
Do you think you would make a good sleuth? Like, I never
No.
figure out who the murder victim is. One, because if it was like a real thing, I'd be like, that's your job, and I'm over here in the safety of my house. Like, I'm a scaredy cat to the nth degree. But I also apparently don't get like even blinking lights flashing, this is the killer, because I never figure it out. The only way I figure it out is if I cheat and suspect every single person in the book, and I have to be right at some point. But
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, no, I don't think I would make a good sleuth. Because it's crazy to try to track down a murderer on your own. I mean,
yeah, I thought I was detail oriented until I started reading cozies, and then
Yeah.
apparently I'm not, because I miss all the details that like point to that
Yeah.
person or something. I'm not
No.
really sure.
Yeah, not my jam. That's to try to do that.
I also think for me, and one of the reasons that cozies work for me so much is I'm very character driven, and I'm very like setting driven and those sort of things. Like,
Mhm.
murder is actually secondary to me. I still enjoy the
Yeah.
trying to figure it out, but really I'm there for the town, the people in the town, see what they're doing this time around, what festival's going on, what the neighbor Sally's doing, that sort of thing. I like that recurrence of those, cozy vibes. So I guess maybe I just don't want to pay attention to the other stuff. So I apparently would not make a good sleuth. So there you go. Jennifer says, what is your favorite cozy series?
Well, I don't think we have enough time to go through all of them, but because I don't have a favorite. I have a beloved one, which is the first series that I discovered, which is the Faith Fairchild Mystery Series written by Catherine Hall Page. And then, there's so many. I mean, I love them all. I don't. So, is it a favorite mystery series that I'm reading, or if I'm writing one? I definitely don't have one that I'm writing. I guess for far as me writing, it's going to be whichever one I'm writing at the moment is my favorite, right? But for reading, it's just, I have so many, and for different reasons. As you were saying, you want to go back into this world, in this town, to visit and see what's going on. And sometimes it's really, you want to see those characters and you want to see those the storylines continue. But sometimes few of the cozy mysteries that I read, the series that I read, I really am there for the murder, and for the sleuth, for that part. It just depends on the series and the writer. So I don't have a favorite series.
So you started reading cozies before you started writing?
Yeah. Well, no, I've always written.
Oh,
and I wrote a cozy mystery. I didn't know it was a cozy mystery.
gotcha.
And then we moved here, and then the bookshop is, just a couple miles away. And then I found the world of cozy mysteries. And I feel like, oh, this is my place.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you always want to be a writer then?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you do that full time?
Yes.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So, people always tend to want to know, and as well as me, what is your writing style? Are you a pantser, or are you a outliner? All of those things.
I am an outline. I used to be a pantser. I was, and that was before I got published. It was actually when I decided to become an outliner. I sold my series, so something worked.
Oh,
And since then, I am an outliner. I will write an outline that will be about 20 to 30 pages, single spaced. And I have all my scenes outlined. I have, bits of description in that outline. I have research links in that outline. I mean, it is a messy document, but it's very organized. I know exactly what happens, but that doesn't mean that everything that I write in that outline makes it to my book. I will. A few times I have written a scene that was in my outline, and I'm reading it and I'm thinking, not much is happening here. This really isn't moving the story forward. the main plot, the secondary plot, it's really not, or it's just not moving it in a way that I'm comfortable with. So I will scrap that scene and write a new one. My first draft is usually very, very lean. It's always way under my word count that's required by my publisher, but it's my second draft where I dive in, and that's where I will start adding. And then my outline actually grows because I put the information in there, and then I start writing it in the manuscript. So, I don't pants anymore.
Yeah. I call your version saggy pantsing, just so you know. Like, yeah, I do an outline. I'm not a pantser, but then I'm okay with things change.
Yeah.
So
you have to. Yeah, I think you have to be okay with things changing, because it's a fiction story. Things happen. Characters sometimes fall flat. You may think you have a great suspect, and it's like, no, not so much. So you need to bring up another one.
yeah, well, that's what Cajun just asked. Does the guilty person ever change from outline to finished book?
No, hasn't so far. Or the murder victim. Occasionally, another character will be murdered in the book. That was not planned. But no, so far, my guilty person, because then that would really mess up my outline. That would, no.
Adding on to that, Breezy says, thank you for sharing some of your writing process. Do you ever work on more than one project at a time?
Yes, but they're always in different stages. Well, yeah, when I have multiple books, like right now, I am, right now I just got my edits back from my editor for the next food blogger book. But yeah, sometimes I will be doing copy edits on a book that comes back from my publisher, and I'm working on a first draft for the next book that's due by my publisher. So yes, I will work on different projects at the same time, but they're usually in different phases, and they're usually different books, different series.
Gotcha. Do you ever get them mixed up? I would get them mixed up.
Yes.
It's hard for me even when I'm reading more than one book, let alone writing. All of a sudden I'd be writing Hope into Mallory's. I don't know. It would be bad.
Yeah, it has happened. Actually, it really happens a lot. It happened to me one time when at the very beginning when I was promoting the food blogger books, because they were the ones that got published first. And I was promoting one book, and I think it was the second book maybe. And I was finishing up I was promoting the first book, but I was already on like book 3 because I was really ahead of schedule for that. It was a very long process for the first book to get published. And so I'm doing the promotion for the book, and somebody asked me very kindly to write a day in the life for Hope, and I'm like, sure, no problem. I got my phone and I started dictating Hope's day in the life, and then as I finished it, and I had 500-600 words, I was like, perfect. And I emailed it to myself and I opened it up. I'm like, yeah, but she didn't have XYZ in book 1. She had, I'm like, yeah, okay, here we go again. So yes, sometimes that messes me up, but usually when I'm writing the book, usually not. But
Gotcha.
Chelsea?
Susan asked a question that I have a follow-up for that I always ask. So be prepared, but this is Susan's question. Do you watch Hallmark? Would you like to have your books made into a Hallmark movie? My follow-up that I always ask on interviews is, if Hallmark called you, I'm asking because I want you to be prepared, Debra. I'm doing this for you. Yeah. If Hallmark calls you and says, we want to turn the Food Blogger Mysteries into a Hallmark feature film, who are some ideas for your main characters? Who would you think of? You need to know if they call.
Honestly, yes, I do watch Hallmark, and yes, I'd be very happy if Hallmark, if they're watching, yes, contact my agent, email me. We're good. I'm open to all discussion. Yeah, well, not a problem. And at that point, they can cast whoever they want. But I would have said the one person that I had wanted to, I saw as Hope, was Jill Wagner. She does the Murder 101 mystery series on Hallmark, which sadly has ended, and I'm not happy about that because they left it on a cliffhanger. So yeah, that was bad. Hallmark.
That would be.
But I'm not criticizing Hallmark, because if they do want to buy my series, I'm happy.
Exactly.
I can get over it real quick.
Right. Jennifer says, do you write every day? Do you have a schedule?
No, I haven't had a schedule since 2020. I work every day because it's not always writing. When I'm in first draft, yes, I'm writing every day. I have a word count goal every day, and I'm at my computer. But there are days when I might be just reading or my manuscript, or maybe working on the outline for the next book. If I take a break between first and second draft, I'm working on an outline for another book. So yeah, I'm working every day, but I may not be writing every day.
When you have a word count goal, when you hit that goal, are you done? Like if you're really in the writing spirit and you're just clicking away, and then you look up and you hit your word count and it's, I don't know, 10:30 in the morning, are you like, oh, well, I can keep going? Or are you just like, nope, I've hit my word count?
And usually by the time I hit the word count, I'm done for writing for the day. If I move to, I may stay or I may come back to it, but then I have other things that I need to get done. So I kind of move on. I take that win, like I did it. Yeah. And
yeah.
And
I don't blame you. I just learned. I mean, Jennifer says, I love Jill Wagner. And then the same Susan says, I love Jill Wagner. Yeah. I think that would actually be a good fit. I didn't recognize the name, but when you said Murrah 101, I was like, oh,
yeah. That one. Yeah.
Excuse me. Paula says, how long does it generally take you to write a book from the first word to the final draft ready to send to your publisher? Good question, Paula.
I usually have a year between starting a manuscript and then sending it to my publisher. It usually doesn't take me a whole 12 months to do it, but it's just that's the time that's built into my contracts. So it can usually take me 9 to 10 months to get everything ready for the publisher.
Yeah. When you were first publishing, so you did the food blogger first, right?
Yes.
Was that, how does that go? Like, did you just start sending it out, and then when you get your contract, do you have control over the titles, the covers? Are they all published under the same publisher or no?
No, the How the Murder Crumbles is Crooked Lane. The other two series are from Kensington.
Oh, okay. So, did you like submit your titles? Like, oh, I want these. Do you give a list of titles, covers? I know you talked about the cover a little bit ago, but some of the other stuff, or do you just like, here's the manuscript and they go from there? It seems like it's all different, and it might be based on publishers.
Yeah, every publisher is different. My experience has been for the Food Blogger series and the Resale Boutique series. Every title that I have sent the manuscript in with, they have kept. So, and then when I was working with Crooked Lane for How the Murder Crumbles, they were like the other publishers, give me some, give us like 10 titles, ideas. And I only had one, How the Murder Crumbles, because I do not do punny titles. I can't. I love them. And a punny title will get me to, add a book to a cart in a heartbeat, but I cannot for the life of me come up with them. So I sent back an email. Title number 1 was what manuscript was titled, How to Murder Crumbles. 2 more titles I had, and that took me like 2 days to figure out. And then I said, I don't have anything else.
But they picked it.
They picked it. They went with it. If they wanted to use another title, I would have been happy. But we went with it. So now I only have 2 titles in my backup.
They'll also have some great ideas.
Yes, they will. They're amazing.
One of the things that I love about Kip, y'all, which is Mallory's the main character in the How the Murder Crumbles. Her sidekick Kip is also her best friend, and he tells the corny jokes that I always tell. So you guys know that was a big suck in for me, because So I work in social services and I do counseling in groups with little kids. And so I tell a corny joke every day. And it's so funny to me because now I don't have a caseload, but when I did, it was so funny because the kids would be like, oh, Miss Tiffany, those are so bad. But if I didn't tell it, they'd be like, Tiffany, where's your joke? And I was like, I know it. I knew it. And his jokes are exactly the ones that I tell. So, for all of you, you can look forward to that.
I know. And you saying that kind of brings to mind that if he didn't tell those jokes, I think Claudia would be kind of sad, even though
I don't know about all that because
I think she would.
Maybe. Claudia, we'll see how I don't know.
She'll see.
Maybe you know more than I do.
I kind of like that. I think she'd be a little sad.
Storm says, hi all, sorry I'm late. Our church had an annual picnic after service, so just got home. That's awesome. Well, welcome. We're happy to have you, Storm.
Yes.
Hey, Regina. She says, hello, sorry I'm late. Will there be more books in the Italian Chef series? I think you're thinking
is that Catherine Mann?
I was thinking you're thinking of Catherine Bruns.
Yes, that's it. Catherine Bruns. I hope so.
Yeah, me too. I hope there's more in the Italian Chef series. What was I going to say? I always ask this question as well. I think this is very important to know. If something happened to you that was nefarious, knock on wood, nothing does. What detective would you want to solve your crime? It could be a TV detective, a book detective, anywhere in between. Who would you want to get your vengeance or your justice? I prefer vengeance, but hey.
I know, yeah. I would, yeah. If that happened, yeah. Jessica Fletcher.
Yes, JB. Yes. We're actually me and Storm and another person, we're doing a Merge She Wrote readathon in a couple weeks, and I am so excited for it.
Mm-hmm.
I love JB. And I think that the series, like the TV series, reminds me of being at my grandparents. So there's this nostalgia, of whenever it comes on, even the song intro, the brighter music. It always just reminds me of my grandmother. So I think that's part of it. But yes, JB would be good. I think I would want Columbo only because I love when people think they get one over on him because they think he's this goofy kind of doesn't know what he's doing and, scattered. And then at the very end, he always gets them and he's like, one more thing. And I'm like, yes, Columbo. Yes.
It's almost like he's toying with them. I love it.
Exactly. And I feel like they need a little, something dangled, a carrot or something. Mm-hmm. No problem, Regina. No biggie. She says, love your food blogger series. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Do you know how many more you have in that series? Do they do 3 at a time? That's a good question. She said.
I have 2 more. Yeah. I'm turning in 1 at the end of this month, and then I have 2 more to write. I'm contracted for. So looking forward.
Excellent. And the How the Murder Crumbles, did they do the same thing? You get 3 books or?
Yeah, this for this the contract is a little bit different. So I'm hoping for another book in the series. So we shall see.
Oh, How the Murder Crumbles, go pre-order it, y'all. Please go pre-order How the Murder Crumbles. Because we definitely want more in the series.
Yes. I want to write the next one because I have a title for it.
I have 2 more titles in my bank here, people. 2. After that, I need help, but we got 2. They're just waiting to be written. I would feel like that is so stressful. Is that stressful to hey, you can write this 1 book and then we'll see how it does, and we'll let you know if you can write more. I don't know. I think that would be.
It's not really stressful. It's different. But I'm hopeful. Things are going well. So, we got, it's featured in a couple of book clubs, Doubleday and Mystery Guild.
And CJ.
Yes, and we need more information about that.
And
But I
CJ.
do know that, the Mystery Guild and Doubleday, they have great books there. I've been a member for years, on and off, and also their cookbook club, which again, on and off for years, and they have really great prices. And also, if you're a new member, you can get How the Murder Crumbles for less than $10.
Ooh, excellent.
You
I
can
let
join
this
them.
come up for a second because CJ, your dog, and Connie, need to be friends. And I just wanted to comment on your dog picture because it is adorable. It's very cute. Storm says yes, JB all the way. She says, I love Columbo. He chats about nothing and always seems like he doesn't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what's going on. And they're always like, oh, this detective has no idea. And then he always gets them. It's excellent. Ooh, Regina says I've pre-ordered it. Excellent.
Thank you, Regina. And be sure to email me because then I can send out the bookmark and sticker because I have giving away bookmarks and stickers for pre-orders. So I just need the little screenshot of the confirmation and I will mail it.
And I will put this into the description. And after this goes up and is up for an hour, I can add to the description. But if you go to debrasennefelder.com, we'll talk about it at the end too. But if you go to debrasennefelder.com, you can sign up for her newsletter.
Yes.
So make sure you do that. Hey, Rosie, she says, I'm excited to read How the Murder Crumbles.
Thank you.
Excellent. It is excellent. So I'm actually in the middle of the first resale book.
Okay.
And I'm in the middle of it right now. And so Kelly inherits this resale shop, but she wants to make it a boutique.
Sure.
Make it a boutique. And it is really fun, y'all, especially if you're into fashion. Regina, this series is for you, my friend. Yes, this is for you. It's so fun. I've just met her father's new wife, and she's interesting. The yoga, isn't that the father's wife?
That's Ralph. That's her uncle. Uncle Ralph.
Uncle's what new wife? Okay, sorry.
Summer, yes. Wife number 3.
Wife number 3. Yeah, very young. She's opened a yoga studio, and it's very fun so far. I'm really enjoying it. I'm not too far into it, but I'm really enjoying it so far.
Thank you. That was a fun series, right? I just, I love Kelly, and I love how she's grown over the 6 books. It is really fun going through that journey with that character and the characters around her too, because they all kind of change and grow. And there were some twists in there that was not intended at the beginning in terms of Kelly's family issues. But yeah, there's a great twist that I just fell in love with and I'm very excited about. So I can't wait to get to that book.
Is that series still being written?
I just turned in. I haven't gone through. No, I yes and no. I don't have. I'm working on the food blogger books right now, and hopefully, I'm getting ready for the next cookie shop book. So, and I realized it's already halfway through the year. It's June. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This year has flown by so fast.
It has flown by. I feel like the older I get, the faster it goes. Like I remember being a kid and feeling like the whole month of December felt like the entire year because you had those little advent calendars. You got to open one little day. And like to get to 25, it felt like the entire year as a child. And now I feel like just yesterday was Christmas and it's half the year. And I'm like,
I know. And I'm like, and then I'm looking at my schedule I'm like, okay, it's only 6 more months left of this year. How is this all going to get done? But it will. It will.
You will. Absolutely.
One murder at a time. It'll get done.
One murder at a time. So the How the Murder Crumbles officially comes out in June, right?
June 20th.
June 20th. And the second one, does it come out this year?
No. The next food blogger book comes out in the fall. But
okay. Which is the
only
only
have
one.
We will not have a second cookie shop this year.
Okay. Okay. And oh, that's right. We have titles that we need to.
We have titles.
Crooked Lane.
Okay.
We got 2 titles in the bank. The food blogger, and that's the one that's Halloween.
Yes.
Okay. So I just finished book 3, the corpse one. So I need to get caught up so that I can read. I'm so excited about a Halloween book. I'm serious. You can reel me in with any holiday. So I'm really excited.
And there's a haunted house in there too.
Excellent. Excellent. Paula says yes. And summer was a lifetime, not now. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah, when we were kids, it was, yeah.
Regina says, just went on Amazon and looked up the resale boutique series and ordered the first one. I told you that series was for you.
Absolutely perfect.
That series has got Regina written all over it. Absolutely.
Thank you, Regina.
Cation says that would make a great cozy t-shirt, one murder at a time. Absolutely. Yes, it would. Yes. Yes. That should be like on your bookmark or something, taking it one day at one murder at a time.
That's my goal setting plan. One murder at a time.
That is hilarious. So, do you do any book events that people go to throughout the year? Any conventions? Do you have any blogs that you're involved in? Anything like that people can find you at? Which I'll also link.
Yeah, I am a member of the Stiletto Gang blog. It's a group blog of about 10 to 12 authors, and actually, I'm usually the first Monday of the month. So I'm looking forward to this month's post. And I don't have anything on my calendar for in-person events or conferences. It's just with my elderly parents, it's been very hard the past couple of years to make plans to go away to do things. So, but yeah, I'll be around. I have, this great opportunity here with you, Tiffany, and your group. And I have another interview coming up later in this month on YouTube. And, I have some guest blog posts that'll be posted in my newsletter and my Facebook as the month goes on. So
I have 2 things follow up. One, I saw, unless I'm off, that you're going to be on the Cozy Mystery Party Facebook group tomorrow, because I'm a member of that group as an author takeover.
Yes.
If you haven't joined the Cozy Mystery Party group and you're a Cozy Mystery fan, the group on Facebook is really fun. The person who organizes it is a machine of getting authors that come in and do takeovers. It's really fun. It's the Cozy Mystery Party, and you're going to be there tomorrow, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And the author interacts, asks questions throughout the day. It's really fun.
It is. I'll be there for 2 hours, but I'll be checking in for the entire rest of the day into the evening. So it is a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
And my second thing is, can you tell me more about the Stiletto's website? I've never heard of that. These authors, are they all mystery authors?
Most of them are. Majority of them are. There are a few authors who do not write mysteries. But yeah, it's great. Yeah, it was started years ago. It was something that I discovered maybe about 5-6 years ago. And I started reading it, and then I had the opportunity to join. And it's great. And we each take a day, once a month. And it's really nice because you get a lot of different perspectives from the authors, and you get a lot of different posts. And it's not all by my book post. And it's so much fun to read them. We'll do behind the scenes of writing our books. We'll do how we got inspired to write a certain book, a little bit of personal history. It's a great group of authors. Deborah Goldstein is a member. Lois Winston. I love her series. And I've been a follower of Lois, since probably about 20 years when she was writing romance before she moved over to Cozy Mysteries. So, it's a really great, Bethany Maines is on there. She writes romantic suspense. So it's a really great group.
And, that's awesome.
Yeah, check us out.
What's the name of it again?
The Stiletto Gang.
The Stiletto Gang. Okay. Yeah. I really like Deborah Goldstein. That's Regina says, Deborah, do you wear stilettos? Do you have a favorite pair? And do you have a fashion designer or fashion look?
I do wear stilettos. but you know, not that much around here around my house, but I do. Any opportunity to throw one on, I do. Sam Edelman is my favorite shoe designer. His shoes are so comfortable, so I love him, especially for 4-inch heel pumps. Go for it. And a favorite designer or fashion look? I don't have a favorite designer. And my look, fashion look, I like things that are simple. I don't like a lot of pattern. I like, and if it's going to be pattern, it's going to be leopard print. So I love leopard print.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Regina puts up the most amazing.
She does.
Dress every day. I don't know if she puts them up every day. But I see him several times, you know, a week. And I just love following and seeing your design, what you're wearing, Regina. It's amazing. CJ says, yes, I'm there. And I think that when they said that, they were talking about the stilettos. Are you part of the stiletto? Were you talking about the stilettos group? The stilettos gang? Oh, lover admin. I think she's talking about the cozy mystery party.
Oh, okay.
Yes. The admin and whoever arranges all that is dedicated because they have the most amazing author takeovers.
They do. And the work behind the scenes is incredible to pull all this together. I don't know how she does it. Yeah.
Which, CJ, we also would like to know about the book club that's reading How the Murder Crumbles.
Yes, because if there are pre-orders in there are bookmarks and stickers available.
Yes. And Regina says, you can't go wrong with leopard print.
In fact, the cover of, I think it was the 3rd resale boutique book, How to Frame a Fashionista. She's wearing a leopard print faux fur on the cover, and I actually took a photograph of my faux fur, but I sent it to my publisher.
And they used it. Nice. Okay. So before we wrap up, do you have the date of the book coming out for the food blogger in October?
Not yet.
Okay. If I get caught up on this series, would you want to come back right before that comes out?
I would love to.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Before I wanted to, Breezy says, I'm so grateful when authors like to do these interviews. I can't travel to events, and it is so nice to be able to hear you talk about your books and answer questions. Thank you. I 100% agree, Breezy.
Thank you.
I 100% agree.
And it's also, I feel the same way too, because there are unfortunately some authors who, for family reasons, are unable to make those trips to go to conferences and in-person events. So it's a great way for us to be able to connect with our readers. So yes, thank you.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree, Breezy. It's nice because, we always want to know more about the characters and more about, behind the scenes. And it's just so fun. Like, I didn't know a lot of this stuff that's involved in writing a book. And I mean, like, besides writing, the writing process, so it's been so interesting learning. And then, every publisher is different and, all of those things. And I just think it's been amazing because the cozy, maybe it's all authors, but the cozy community, which is where I'm at, have been the nicest, most welcoming, like, group of people, they're like, sure. I'm like, oh, I didn't like the first time someone said yes to an interview. I mean, this is when I first started. I told my husband, I was like, they said they're going to do it. I expected, I don't know. Not that I would get a no, but I don't know what I was thinking, but it's just been lovely. It's just been amazing.
Yeah, it is an amazing community and I love being a part of it.
Paula says, this has been a lot of fun. Love hearing about your books, Debra. Absolutely, Paula.
Thank you, Paula.
Cajun says, agree. I really appreciate authors that take the time to interact with readers in the same way. Susan says, thanks so much, Debra. And I want to say your profile is really cute, Susan. It's really cute, little cats. I do. I really want to thank you for being here. And like I said, if you want to come back in closer to October and
love that
before the food bloggers, I would love to have you on. Make sure that you go and subscribe to her newsletter so that you get everything on when books are coming out. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go hit that. And thank you all for coming. Thank you, Debra. Everybody have a good Sunday.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.